What's up, ConvoEase family? I am your host, Emma, and today we are doing something absolutely massive. Have you ever wondered, how good is my English really? Do you feel like a beginner, or are you secretly a hidden expert? Well, stop guessing. Today we are putting your ears to the ultimate test. In this episode, we're going to help you pinpoint exactly where you stand on the global scale, from A1 all the way to C2. You don't need a fancy certificate, you don't need an expensive tutor, and you definitely don't need to take a stressful exam. All you need is your focus and your ears. Here is how it works. I'm going to tell you 6 short stories. Each one represents a different level of English. If level 1 feels like a breeze, but level 2 makes you sweat, then you've found your limit. That is the perfect way to find your level. We are going to journey through daily routines, career changes, leadership secrets, and even deep philosophical reflections. Are you ready to crush this? Let's jump into level 1. All right, let's start at the beginning, A1 or beginner level. At this stage, English is simple, clear, and direct. We're talking short sentences and the most common words you'll ever hear. If you can follow this without any help, congratulations, you are at least A1.
My name is Lily. I am 26 years old. I live with my parents. We have a small dog. His name is Max. I like my dog very much. We live in a small house. The house has 3 rooms, a living room, a kitchen, and a bedroom. Our house is clean and quiet. There is a park near the house. I go to the park every evening. I walk with my dog. He runs and plays with other dogs. I sit on a bench and watch him. The park is green and beautiful. Every morning I wake up at 7. I get up and eat breakfast in the kitchen. I drink tea. After breakfast, I brush my teeth. Then I go to work. I work in a small shop. It is near my home. I walk to work. It takes 10 minutes. In the shop, I sell food and drinks. I help customers. I take money and give change. My boss is kind, and my work is easy. At 12 o'clock, I eat lunch, usually rice or a sandwich. Sometimes I drink coffee. At 5 o'clock, I finish work and go home. I am tired but happy. I cook dinner for my parents. We eat together, talk, and laugh. After dinner, I wash the dishes. In the evening, I watch TV, listen to music, or read a small book. At 10 o'clock, I go to bed. I am sleepy. My dog sleeps next to me. Before I sleep, I think about my day. I feel good. My life is simple, but I am happy every day.
Boom! Level 1 complete. If you understood Lily's life, you're officially on the board. Notice how the sentences are very subject, verb, object. I live. I go. I eat. This is the foundation of the language. You are handling familiar topics and short connected thoughts like a pro. Moving up. Now we are at A2, the elementary level. Here, the English gets a bit richer. The sentences get longer, and we start talking about routines, plans, and more detailed daily activities. If you can follow this with ease, you are cruising at A2.
My name is Oliver. I live in a small apartment near the city. It is not big, but it's comfortable for me. There is a small kitchen, a bedroom, and a living room. From my window, I can see a park and some tall trees. In the morning, I often hear birds singing. I work in an office not far from home. I usually walk to work because it only takes 10 minutes. When the weather is bad, I take the bus. I start work at 8:30 and finish at 5. I answer phone calls, send emails, and help my manager with small jobs. My colleagues are friendly, We often talk during our lunch break. At lunchtime, I go to a small cafe with two coworkers. We sit near the window and talk about our families or our weekend plans. Sometimes we laugh a lot because one of my coworkers tells funny stories. After work, I don't go home right away. I usually go to the gym for 1 hour. I do some exercise and listen to music on my phone. When I finish, I feel tired but good. Exercise helps me relax after a long day. At around 7, I go home. Before dinner, I take a shower and change my clothes. Then I cook something simple. Sometimes I eat while watching my favorite TV show. On weekends, my routine is different. I meet my friends in the city center. We go for coffee, walk around, and sometimes watch a movie. If the weather is nice, we sit in the park and talk for hours.
How was that? Did you catch those longer sentences? Oliver talked about usually walking, and if the weather is bad. That shows you're starting to understand real-life connections between ideas. If you're still with me, you're at least A2 or higher. You guys are doing great. Now things are getting serious. We're entering B1, the intermediate level. This is where you can follow a whole story and understand the core message. We're moving beyond just daily routines and into professional pride and future goals.
My name is Lucas, and I work as a computer technician. I fix laptops, install new programs, and help people when their devices don't work. I've done this job for almost 6 years now, and I still enjoy it. I like my job because it's a mix of logic and creativity. Every problem is different, and finding the right solution feels like solving a puzzle. I start work at 8 in the morning. When I arrive, I make a cup of coffee and check the list of repairs for the day. Sometimes the problems are small, like a keyboard that doesn't work, but other times I have to spend hours testing every part of a computer. It can be frustrating, but when I finally fix something, I feel proud and satisfied. My colleagues are friendly, and we often help each other. I think teamwork is one of the most important parts of any job, because you learn from people who think differently. After work, I like to clear my head, so I walk to the park. When I get home, I cook dinner and watch documentaries in English. In the evenings, I study online. I'm taking a course because I want to open my own business in the future. It's a lot of work, but I believe it's worth it. I want to be independent and help people in my own way.
Lucas is talking about some pretty complex stuff. He's discussing logic and creativity and his future business. If this felt natural to you, then you are firmly in the B1 camp. Are you ready for the big leagues? B2, upper intermediate. This is where the speaker sounds fluent and confident. You'll hear natural expressions, comparisons, and deep reflections about life choices.
My name is Maya, and I'm a freelance graphic designer. For several years, I worked in a big company. The job was safe and the salary was good, but I felt bored and stuck. Every day looked exactly the same. I realized that even though everything looked fine from the outside, I wasn't growing. I wanted more freedom and control over my time. 2 years ago, I made a massive decision. I left my job to work for myself. I was excited but terrified. At first, it was really hard. I had no clients and no plan. Some days, nobody replied to my emails. Other days, I worked 10 hours and earned almost nothing. I even cried a few times and thought about going back to my old job.
But I realized that being a freelancer isn't just about talent. It's about communication and organization. Little by little, my confidence grew, and new clients started contacting me through recommendations. Now my life looks very different. I work from my living room, which is small but comfortable, with lots of light and plants. I can choose my projects and plan my schedule around my energy. It's not always easy. The money isn't always stable, which can be stressful when bills are due. But I've learned to be responsible and think long-term. I've also learned to believe in myself. When I draw for fun now, with no pressure or deadlines, I feel like a child again. I'm proud of the risk I took. I've created a life that feels like mine, and every time a client is happy, I think, yes, this is exactly where I'm meant to be.
Maya's story is full of ifs, buts, and deep reflections on her personal growth. If you followed her journey from being stuck to finding freedom, you are definitely B2 or higher. We're approaching the summit, C1 advanced level. Now the English is truly natural, expressive, and full of abstract ideas. Listen for the rhythm of the words and how emotions are conveyed through complex thinking.
My name is Ethan, and I'm a project manager. Over the last 10 years, I've realized that managing people is often more complex than managing projects. Projects have budgets. People have emotions. My role is to be a bridge, linking developers and clients so communication flows smoothly. I've learned that leadership isn't about giving orders or having all the answers. It's about creating an environment where people feel safe to share ideas. Good leadership is built on trust, which you earn through consistency, fairness, and respect. When things go wrong, like a major system crash we had 2 years ago, I stay grounded. Blaming people doesn't help. Learning does. Perspective brings clarity. I've learned that tone can be more powerful than words. Resilience is like a muscle. It grows each time you use it. After long days, I crave silence. I find cooking meditative because it forces me to focus on one simple task. Success isn't just about reaching goals. It's about growing as a person while you do it. You don't learn leadership from books. You learn it from the moments when things fall apart, and you're the one who has to hold them together.
Ethan isn't just talking about his job. He's talking about the philosophy of his job. He uses metaphors like resilience is a muscle and leadership is a bridge. If this felt clear, you are performing at a C1 level. This is it, the peak, C2, expert level. This is near native English. It's elegant, rhythmic, and deals with the most subtle ideas of the human experience.
My name is Isabella. Over the years, I've realized that the hardest part of life isn't making decisions, but understanding what they mean. We often imagine every choice is a doorway to something better, but every decision carries both gain and loss. For a long time, I chased progress, running away from stillness. But silence isn't empty. It's full of resonance. Now, my mornings are slow and honest. I sit and listen to the hum of the world. I used to think meaning came from action, but it grows out of reflection. As a consultant, I've seen that real progress happens when people inside a system feel understood. You can redesign an organization, but if you don't transform the people within it, nothing truly changes. I've realized that growth isn't about collecting achievements. It's about subtraction, the art of letting go. True freedom is the quiet equanimity of knowing you have enough. Peace isn't waiting at the end of the road.
It walks beside us in the rhythm of our own footsteps. Right now is already enough.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? Isabella uses rare words like resonance, equanimity, and ephemeral. If you could follow that emotional and intellectual journey, you are at a near native level of English. Wow, you made it! Give yourself a massive round of applause for getting through all 6 levels. Whether you found your home at A2 or you cruised all the way to C2, remember this: language learning is not a straight line. It is a journey of growth, and every step you take makes you stronger. So which level are you? Drop a comment below and let me know which story was your favorite. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to ConvoEase, and share this with a friend who is working on their English. I'm Emma, and remember, fluency isn't a finish line. It's a way of life. Keep going, keep learning, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.